All right, so here we go with part 2 of this. This time we're going to decompose 4/7 into unit fractions. So what is the smallest unit of 4/7? What can we break it into? So if you look, this is going to be your choices. You're always going to be given the choices with this denominator, which is 7. Noticed up here, you always had the choices with 5 as your denominator. So the smallest unit that a fraction with the denominator of 7 could be broken into would be groups of 1/7. Now you notice that I did not put any blanks or plus signs because we know that 4/7, if we broke it into unit fractions, is going to be 1/7 plus 1/7 plus 1/7 plus 1/7. Now, why did I stop there? Because this is 4/7, and we have 1/7, 2/7, 3/7, and 4/7. So we took 4/7, we broke it into the smallest unit possible, and then we added those together. It's a little bit like saying 5 equals blank plus blank plus blank plus blank plus blank. What are we going to put in there? 5 equals blank plus blank plus blank plus blank plus blank. There's 5 blanks, so we're going to put 1 in there, aren't we, in each one of these, because the smallest unit we can break whole numbers into is a 1. The smallest unit we can break fractions into is 1 over the numerator that we're given. I hope that didn't muddy the water. So that's going to be one of the types of questions you're going to be asked. Another one is you're going to be asked a question like this: which expression shows 2/5 as a sum of unit fractions? Now remember that sum means adding, and it wants you to take this 2/5 and say, what little math problem down here will be equal to 2/5? Will it be 1/5 plus 1/5? Will it be 1/2 plus 1/2 plus 1/2 plus 1/2 plus 1/2? Will it be 1/5 plus 1/2? Will it be 1/2 plus 1/2? Which one of these little math problems is going to equal 2/5? I hope you automatically said this one right here, 1/5 plus 1/5. These are the unit fractions that equal 2/5. I'll show you that they threw some sort of things in here to try to trick you a little bit. So they threw halves in here because 2 is the numerator, but remember that doesn't have anything to do with fifths. And then they just throw some things in there to really try to get you to think. So you might have another one like this. It says, which expression shows 3/4 as a sum of unit fractions? So it wants to know which little math problem down here, one of them went down to the next page, which little math problem down here equals 3/4? So we want to find one that has 4 as the numerator, and we want it to equal 3/4. So this one is the only one that has 4 as a numerator for all of them. And 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4, if we put them all together, voila, that's going to equal 3/4. So be sure you pay attention to that. I might have said numerator earlier, but denominator. Be sure you pay attention to that denominator. All right, let's look at this one. Which expression, or little math problem down here, shows 5/8 as a sum of unit fractions? So we have to find 8 as the denominator. So we can rule this one out. That one only has one fraction in it that has an 8 as the denominator. We know when we add fractions, all denominators have to be the same. So scratch that one out.